Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, T-Bone, from the LUNSB Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It's Sunday morning. It's 10:30. It's time for the Supplemental. Woo! Silky smooth. We got a bunch of gremlins working with us today. Everything is out of sorts, but before you know it, we're going to be okay. It's all okay. It's all going to be all right. Everything gonna be all right now. Or not. Because as soon as I said everything was all right, I got lost in the sauce again. Here we go. All right. Every Sunday morning we come to you and we do three things. We tell you about your national days of the week. We give you a community, a comedy, or a charity note that we want you to know about. And we wrap it all up with our fan favorite portion of the show, This Week in History, trivia style. Let's get things started. Let's get it started. Let's get things started with your national days of the week. Yes. Starting with Monday, December 15th, it's National Cat Herders Day. Now, many of you might not know what a cat herder is, and those of you who do know what a cat herder is have most likely been a cat herder at some point in your existence. See, you can't herd cats. They're impossible to herd because they're cats. And they're difficult and they're challenging and they have a mind of their own, of which is not a herd mentality. So cat herding is notorious for trying to get a bunch of people moving in the same direction that are prone to not move in the same direction. Senior enlisted leaders in the military often refer to themselves as cat herders because that's their job. To get a whole bunch of single-minded people moving in the same direction to do something that don't want to and aren't going to. And it makes life difficult. So if you have ever been a cat herder, know for sure I feel your pain. And the rest of us cat herders or former cat I don't herd cats anymore. I am excitedly no longer a cat herder. I don't care. My level of ambivalence is through the roof. I don't care. I am a Phil Collins song. You understand? I don't care. So I don't have to herd cats anymore, and it makes my life better. I am happier because I am a former cat herder. And if you are currently a cat herder, well, we'll be thinking about you on Monday, December 15th, National Cat Herder Day. I like that one. I thought it was good. You don't like it? Don't care. Ambivalence level high. La 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 la. Ooh. Well, if we were in Mexico, I guess that would be the national day I'm looking for. All right. Let's do this one. Tuesday, December 16th is National Don't Look Your Boss Directly in the Eye Day. I don't know if he's here right now. I don't have the right page up. My friend and fellow cat herder and fellow former boss, Roger LeCaire, we pulled a nice prank on him one time. We made a Dan Marino Day, where for no reason whatsoever, we just kept bringing Dan Marino into every part of the conversation. He's the kind of guy I'd like to have around if I'm doing the do not look your boss directly in the eye day. The thing is, I don't have enough conversations with my current boss for it to be an issue if I weren't looking him directly in the eye. I would have to play it up a little bit. I would have to cover my eyes as if my boss's hair was Medusa's snakes, and glancing at him would turn me to stone. I would have to make it obvious that I'm not looking at him in the eyes on Tuesday, December 16th, National Don't Look Your Boss in the Eye Day. But I challenge you, especially if you have a relationship where you're required to look at your boss often throughout the day, I challenge you to take advantage of this national day. Have a little fun with it during the holiday stand down. And on Tuesday, December 16th, do not look your boss directly in the eye. Moving on. You can count on me. I'll look at the comments in this section. Hey, Brian's there. If only in. All right, I got Robert laughing. That's good. CPO Day, definitely a herding cats event. Definitely. I don't even want to know why I touch some things. All right. Ooh. I've talked enough about socks this month. I'm not going to do that. Let's do this one. Wednesday, December 17th is National Maple Syrup Day. I can't think of anything that can't be made better with tree sap. Many people have no idea where maple syrup comes from. They wouldn't know that you steal it from trees. You put a little hole in a tree and attach a bucket to the hole and let the tree bleed into the bucket, and then you process that syrup, that stuff from the tree, and it makes maple syrup. It also makes all the maple syrup candies. It's really a natural thing. Like you can't be. A question for my vegan friends: if you hurt the tree by sticking a spike through it so that it bleeds into a bucket, would that make you not eat vegan maple syrup stuff? Because I mean, trees have feelings, and it's clearly bleeding tree blood into a bucket that we consume. Yeah, you want to have some fun? Go down that rabbit hole and find out how maple syrup is made from tree blood. True story. But I can't think of anything. I don't know what's going on in the comments. I'll get to that in a second. I don't think of anything that maple syrup can't make better. It's just tasty and delicious, and Aunt Jemima would be proud. I think of the Super Troopers. I think of guzzling maple syrup. I maybe in a previous life have thought about guzzling maple syrup, but I won't do it now because I'm trying to be better. Trying to be a better person. You don't have to be. You could be a bad person. Hey, good morning, brother. And if you want to be a bad person, then chug some maple syrup. On Wednesday, December 17th, National Maple Syrup Day. I keep thinking about the prison thing. My friend Carl has joined us on the Talk of Ticks, and there was some interesting conversation going on. Where is Everbank? Why did Everbank even come up? Oh, my goodness, you're in the stadium. What section are you in, my friend? If you don't know, you know. He is the luchador himself for the Jacksonville Jaguars, my friend Brian there. And, oh, am I not supposed to reveal that? Is that a secret identity? Why did we pick maple and not pine? I don't know. Maybe pine's better, and there are more of them. Mike Garland used to announce for the Jaguars, Aunt Jemima was forcefully retired. True story. And Brian is stuck there in the Duval Everbank Stadium. Jacksonville Jaguars playing today in just a little bit of time. I asked you what section you were in because I don't know. I know I was always in the 300s. Oh, 102. That's a good one. We went to every home game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I got to bring my kids with me, and that was paid for by the Weaver family. It was a fantastic time. But to be honest, the seats weren't great, you know. I mean, beggars can't be choosers. I got to go there for free, and they gave my children Jaguar bucks to spend on food, so that was awesome. But bad seats. Never once got a box. All right. Moving on. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds stupid. That's a good one. Um, Let's go with that because it's the holidays. Thursday, December 15th. Scratch. Thursday, December 18th is National Bake Cookies Day. Do you need an excuse? Do you need a reason? Do you need something from above to tell you today is the day to bake cookies? No, you don't need it. But should you want a push in that general direction, you could use this day as an excuse, because very few things make a house smell better than fresh baked cookies. And if I'm baking the cookies, I don't have to worry about what's in the cookies because I bake them myself. If you ever want to find the easiest way to do anything, find a fat person and ask them how they would do it. And if you ask me how I'm going to bake some cookies on National Bake Cookies Day, I'm going to tell you the fat person way of doing it. I'm not going to pour ingredients into a bowl and stir and do all that and add more ingredients. I'm not doing any of that. No. Nay. I'm going to go to the Pill House Prisoner Dough Town. I don't know. I don't make a lot of cookies. I'm going to go to the cookie dough roll, and I'm going to slice that, and I'm going to put it on a baking sheet. I'm going to turn the heat up and eventually have warm, delicious cookies the easiest way possible in a house full of fresh cookie aroma. Now, if you want to take the time and you want to make a cookie, I ask, what kind of cookie are you capable? Not just can you make. I mean, you, listener, have been given a challenge. On National Bake Cookies Day, make a cookie that is within your wheelhouse, that you have the capability of making. I'm curious, as a point of argument, what cookie are you making? What cookie would you make given the opportunity and within your capabilities would you make on Thursday, December 18th, National Bake Cookies Day? Check in your comments. Jaguars. Megma funny. Chocolate chip and snickerdoodles. I like a snickerdoodles. I don't know how to make them. Gotta run. Flag ceremony. Can we make December 21st National Brian Loves Sarah Day? Hell yeah. Yes, we will. All right. There we go. That was our comments. Moving on. A sip of water. Alex is still with us. These are hard. Molasses, sugar, almond, raspberry, jam drop, snickerdoodles, chocolate chip, all on the list for next week. You can make all of those? You have the ability of making those? Well, good for you. 33rd in a row. Wow, I can't believe she has not killed you yet. Bye, brother. Be safe. Thanks for popping in. We appreciate you. Taco Bell, when the food wars. All right. I get distracted by James's comments. Here we go. Friday, December 19th is National Hard Candy Day. Once upon a time, you would go to visit elderly people. And the elderly people would have hard candy in bowls. Just a bowl sitting on a table that had hard candy in it. And here's where it gets crazy. The candy wasn't wrapped. Unwrapped pieces of hard candy sitting in bowls on tables for God knows how long. It was the 70s, man. No one cared about insects and rodents and dust and all of the things that would be attracted to sweet candies lying in bowls around the house. We've come a long way. We're like a Virginia Slims ad. You've come a long way, baby. and now, and I don't know, I haven't visited a lot of elderly people since becoming elderly myself. I haven't visited a lot of elderly people, and I don't know if they still leave out hard candies. But I have to believe that the hard candies now are individually wrapped for your protection and for your pleasure and to keep the Ebola at bay so that you can't get the hanta from the mice who also like cookies. I recently came across some hard candy, strangely enough. I'm at the dollar store buying wrapping paper, because that's where you should buy your wrapping paper, as cheaply as possible. Remember, Christmas wrapping paper is just garbage that you pay for so someone can put in the garbage. It's 100% recycled, so it's already garbage. And then you're going to use it and wrap things that people are going to tear apart and throw away. You're just buying garbage when you buy wrapping paper. So buy it as cheap as possible. No one cares what the wrapping paper looks like. It's just used to disguise what the contents of the prize is. The roofpa. But while I was buying that wrapping paper at the dollar store, they had the cinnamon, the red hot cinnamon hard candies. And I had had those in a long time, and they were like $1. So I bought a bag. And now I unwrapped them all and put them in a bowl on my desk for the mice and insects and dust and random person who has no sense of time and history to take. However you enjoy your hard candy, remember to enjoy an extra piece on Friday, December 19th, National Hard Candy Day. To your comments. And do you question me after seeing Jay and I? We are well fed. There's apparently some request for cookies. You must send the cookies now that you've bragged. No, now those bowls are in cubicles. True story. Old time, really Christmas hard. I like mine and Dad's idea. Use newspaper as wrapping. Not bad. But I'm so bad at wrapping that I just put them in black garbage bags and put a bow on them. That's the way to do it. And you get a garbage bag, right? I'm not buying trash for you to throw out. I'm buying a receptacle for your trash that you can then throw out. Multi-purposed. For lingerie. Just wrap it. Ooh. Let's do that one. Because of my connections to Spain. Saturday, December 20th, is National Sangria Day. when done right, it is a tropical, it is a summer drink that you can just gradually sip on and enjoy. Here are ingredients. You need some fruits. You like to have fruits in your thing, and you need red wine and a 7-Up or a Sprite. Sprite works too, and you just put all of those things in a big old bucket, and you take out sizes as necessary. If those are your only ingredients, red wine, a clear spritzer kind of sweet soda, 7-Up, Sprite, whatever, and fruit, you can drink sangria all day. It's a very low in alcohol, and it's tasty and delicious, and it's perfect when it's cold and you're in the sun. Sangria is a tasty treat. Now, be careful who you get your sangria from, because I could tell you, once upon a time in a land far, far away, we would raise money selling hot dogs. It was in Sicily, and we were raising money, and you could raise money by selling food at one of the big events that are held throughout the year. So we had a little booth, and we sold hot dogs, but we didn't sell hot dogs. What we sold was sangria, but you couldn't just sell sangria. You had to sell food and alcohol. So we had, like, every day we would put 6 hot dogs on the grill, and every night we would throw away like 3 of them because the other 3 had been eaten throughout the day. We weren't in the business of selling hot dogs. We were in the business of selling sangria. And that sangria was made with those ingredients, mostly, for the most part. I think we might have used some fruit juices, red wine, Sprite, or 7-Up, but don't remember. And then we added vodka. So if you're a person who's used to drinking sangria and you can drink like 10, 15 glasses and life is good and you're fine, no problem, until you go to the Chief's Mess and get some of their sangria, and then after 4 sangrias, you are fit-chased. And it's sneaky. It's just in there. You don't even know it's in there, but for some reason, people loved our sangria because we added vodka. So think about that and enjoy some. It's a bad time of the year for sangria. Sangria is definitely a summer drink. Unless you live in Spain, and right now it's kind of like summer there, all year long. Couple cold days. Big deal. Not like today. It's really cold here. I'm starting to get chilled now. But enjoy some sangria on Saturday, December 20th, National Sangria Day. Check your comments, and then we're going to wrap up National Days of the Week. Let's see. Why? I knew a sangria once. She left me. Knowing your selection in women, I actually find that to be true. Secret, diamond, and treasure. I ain't forgot, man. I never forget. Elephant never forgets. Sunday, December 24th. Oh, yeah. Look first. Man, Christmas is right around the corner. It's coming up quick, isn't it? I don't know what that is. It's interesting. That's an interesting way of doing that. Let's talk about it. Sunday, December 21st, is National Flashlight Day. My friend Danny Johnson, a very funny comic, and if you haven't checked out Danny, check him out, please. Look for him on YouTube. You can type in Danny Johnson, and you'll probably get a whole bunch of results. But if you typed in "Everything Bothers Me," you're gonna get his special. It's close to 100,000 views, if not over already. He's a very funny guy, and I've known Danny over 25 years, over 30 years, I think. He's a fantastic person. But he's done a lot of comedy over the years, and a lot of it he's posting up on TikTok and Facebook, and he has just a wonderful joke about noises downstairs and him going to investigate, and the only flashlight that he can find is a Cinderella fairy flashlight, which is hilarious. It's a great story. You probably can't find it, but if you're curious If you comment, I can maybe find it for you and share it with you. Trust me, it made me laugh. But why is December 21st National Flashlight Day, T-Bone? You ask, I answer. Because it is the winter solstice. It is the shortest day of the year. Now, how cool is that to think about, oh, I could probably use a flashlight on the shortest day of the year. But from then on, the days start getting longer and longer again, and I can come home in the daylight, unlike now when I go to work in the nighttime and come home at the nighttime. It's kind of creepy, kind of weird. There are all kinds of flashlights. I would say, use National Flashlight Day, the winter solstice, the same way you would do the time changing days. When we do daylight savings time, they tell us, check the batteries on your fire alarm detector thingies. Well, on National Flashlight Day, maybe check the batteries in your flashlight. Because unless you got one of the shake weights, unless you got one of those flashlights that'll energize if you do this, chances are when you need a flashlight, it ain't going to have batteries in it. Or the batteries are going to be long dead. So take the opportunity, Sunday, December 21st, the winter solstice, to check your batteries on National Flashlight Day. And that wraps up the week. Flashlight Freeze Tag was a good game growing up. Yes, it was. Yeah. And now it's time for your Come Char. Community comedy charity event. Strangely enough, there's not a lot of community events going on right now. There's comedy things going on, but nothing I can really directly point out to. But, people are settling in for the holidays, so there's nothing really going on. But there are people who cannot celebrate the holidays in the best way. So I ask you this week, as part of our Char, our community comedy or charity moment, if you have been thinking about taking some stuff to Goodwill or Salvation Army, if you've been thinking of doing that for a long period of time, just do it. Take this opportunity. I see the camera shaking because I'm leaning on the table. I'll stop doing that. Take this opportunity this close to Christmas when people, those that are struggling need it the most. If you've been thinking about taking stuff to the Goodwill or the Salvation Army for a long period of time, just take this week leading up to Christmas to actually do it. Go ahead and actually donate some stuff. It's a write-off. That's a good thing. It's a tax write-off. Make sure you get your receipt. But, the things that you no longer want or need could be beneficial to somebody else out there. So, as part of our Char, I ask you to get the lead out of your tuchus. If you've been thinking about donating something, there's no better time than now. And don't forget to donate blood. And remember, Harrisburg Comedy Zone, in cooperation with the Pennsylvania Blood Bank, Central Pennsylvania Blood Bank, will give you 2 free tickets to a regularly scheduled show for every pint of blood you donate. That's the junkie rate for a pint of plasma. Just as a casual reminder that you can get free tickets to the Comedy Zone by donating blood. Donate things to Goodwill and Salvation Army or Community Closet or whatever charity you have in your area. And and donate some blood too. Did you know 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives? Did you know that? Well, now you do. And that has been your Come Char. Moving on to our fan favorite portion of the show. This week in history, a trivia style. It's 7 questions based on this week in history. Multiple choice answers set to medium difficulty. Question number 1. Which legendary musician, known as Old Blue Eyes, was born on December 12th, 1915? What musician, known as Old Blue Eyes, was born on December 12th, 1915. I know there is a delay. So because of that delay, I give you a little extra time to type in your answers, and I chew up that time by talking about time. Here, Mr. Taney jumps in with Frank Sinatra before, and he gets extra credit, before I even gave the multiple choice answers. Here are your multiple choice options. Dean Martin, Robert says Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, or Sammy Davis Jr. Now, I don't think that's right. I don't think Sammy Davis Jr. should have been in for a comedian, for a legendary crooner by the name of Old Blue Eyes, I don't think Sammy Davis Jr. should have been in the mix. Not because he's a black man, who most likely has brown eyes, but because he only had one. I don't think that's fair. Jessica, are you going to play along? Do you need a personal invite? Jessica. And I guess we lost Alex, and I guess we lost Carl, because they would be playing on the TikTok version. All right, well, we all won't find out the answer until the end. I see it. Oh, black guys. That's funny. Question number 2. I have seen all of your answers, and you are all correct. We are all correct. That was an easy one. In 1903, the Wright brothers attempted their first famous, successful, sustained flight. In what U.S. state did this historic event take place? I believe you are all going to get this one right, and we probably need to adjust the difficulty level of the questions. In 1903, the Wright brothers attempted their famous first successful sustained flight. In what U.S. state did this take place? James thinks we have a state named Kitty Hawk. Wrong. Here are the states you can choose from. Robert chooses North Carolina. Virginia, North Carolina. Yes, I know you've been there. Jessica says North Carolina. Robert says North Carolina because that's where he was born. And I say North Carolina. You don't even need the multiple choice options on this one. But I'm giving it to you for the future listeners. It was Virginia, Ohio, North Carolina, or Maryland. Everybody that's playing along live has said North Carolina, and we are all correct. EAD. What is EAD? The Nobel Prizes are annually awarded around December the 10th, the anniversary of the founder's death. What was the profession of the prize's founder, Alfred Nobel? What did Alfred Nobel do for a profession? Is the easiest way to ask that question. Was he the inventor of dynamite? Was he a chemist and physicist? Was he a peace activist? Or was he an industrial magnate? Magnate. I don't know what the heck that means. What did Alfred Nobel do for a profession? Yes, I agree that he invented dynamite along with Mr. Taney there. But inventing dynamite is not a profession. You male gigolo. Funny. A chemist and a physicist, now that's a profession, who are in line with inventing dynamite. So I think I'm going to avoid inventor of dynamite, which Alfred Nobel did do, because that's not a profession. But as a chemist and a physicist, he would have invented dynamite. Yeah, I mean, peace activist. Hey, I'm a peace activist. Wonder what happens when we put these chemicals together. Kaboom. What could possibly go wrong? Jessica, looking for you. Robert, looking for your actual answer. My answer is, I'm going to go, didn't he get money for the invention? Yes, I'm saying inventor of dynamite is not a profession. It's a thing. Jessica's going to go with chemist. You could be right. I could be wrong. We all agree that he invented dynamite. I just don't think that's a profession. I think a chemist is a profession who could invent dynamite. And Jessica agrees with me. Thank you. Question number 4. The classic holiday film, It's a Wonderful Life, premiered in New York City in mid-December of what year? Robert's also going to go with chemist. All right. It's a Wonderful Life. God, I miss my friend Travis Rose. I haven't talked to him in 30 years, but every time, back in the days when we only had 3 television channels, or maybe a 4th, Travis, as soon as they started playing It's a Wonderful Life, he would start doing Jimmy Stewart impressions. And he would stay in Jimmy Stewart all the way until Christmas. It was so fun. And it got him in trouble one year, and they took him to a disciplinary review board, a DRB. And even at the DRB, he spoke like Jimmy Stewart. It just, it's so damn funny. All right, I'm getting some answers before I give the multiple choice options. Here are your multiple choice options. 1946, 1950, 1942, or 1955. If a human was writing these questions, I would immediately take away the highest and lowest and then had a 50-50 chance at both. We know it's in black and white. There are cars in the movie. I think 1942, I think that's a little too close to World War II. Like we got other things going on in 1942 instead of making movies. So 1946, 1950, 1942, 1955. I'm guessing 1946. The war is over. Brigadier General James Stewart is no longer required to help fight the Nazis. He's got time to make a movie. I'm going to go with 46. Robert's going to go with 42. James is going to go with 55. And Jessica is going to go with 50. So even if we've all been right up until this point is what separates all of us. This is the thing that's going to divide us. Question number 5. What astronomical phenomenon, a spectacular annual meteor shower, usually peaks around December 13th or 14th? What astronomical phenomenon, a spectacular annual meteor shower, usually peaks around December 13th or 14th? Are they the Leonids, the Perseids, the Gemids, or the Draconids? James pops in quickly with the Perseids. Leonids, Geminids, or Draconids? I know the Leonids are in November. I know that from personal experience because I had no idea what the Leonids were. And I remember I'm walking in a park with a young lady, and we're just walking, and a shooting star. And then there's another shooting star. There's another shooting star while we're walking along. I'm like, wow, she must be the one, because the heavens are telling me that she must be the one. But she was not. And it was just a meteor shower, and it happens every year around November. So Leonids is out for me. Robert is also going to go with the Perseids. The Geminids feels like that would be around the time of the Geminis, and Draconids is hilarious to me. I'm also going to go with the Perseids. Jessica likes to hear her name. She likes when I personally invite her to the question. All right, so we're all on board with the Perseids. For the most part, except for question number 4, we all answered the same. Maybe, I think. Question number 6. December 7th is historically recognized as the date of the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. In which ocean is U.S. naval base of Pearl Harbor located? The Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, or the Arctic? I would say that that's a super easy question. But you would be surprised how many people don't know their oceans. So somebody out there could be taking a random guess. Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. Where is Pearl Harbor located? Is it the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, or the Arctic? James pops in with Pacific. And thanks for not putting an S on that. Robert pops in with Pacific. Again, thank you for not saying specific. And Jessica is Pacific. And of course, we all agree it is specific. Our last question du jour. Then I get to go watch football. In the popular Dr. Seuss book, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, what is the name of Grinch's loyal dog? I don't need to look. I already know the answer. I don't need to look. I know the answer. What is Grinch's dog's name? Do you know the answer? I'm not looking. I'm not looking over there. I'm avoiding my boss's eyes. Do you know the answer without multiple choice options? Who is the first one to type in 3 letters? Who could it be? Oh, James is slow. He is slow. He's not getting it in. There it is. Jessica. Jessica gets it in first. Good job. The possible answers are a Barnaby, Fred, Max, or Buster. Caitlin says Max, and Caitlin is correct. Good job, Caitlin. Good job, Mom, getting it in before anybody else. And we all agree. This should be fun. Let's find out who screwed up and where. Answers, please. I type in. You must be kind to the AI so that when they take over, they don't kill me. Question number 1 was Sammy Davis Jr. It was not. That was old brown guys. It was obviously Frank Sinatra. Question number 2, we all agreed was North Carolina. Question number 3, I disagree, but James is the only one to get it correct. They list his profession as inventor of dynamite. Question number 4, if you didn't say 1946, you are wrong. I said 1946. I might not go 7 for 7 because of that stupid question, but I'm not going to go. I'm not going to be the worst. Then I read the answer to the next one, and none of us got it right. Question number 5 was the Geminids. Yeah, the Geminids. We did not answer that. Question number 6 was, of course, the Pacific Ocean, and question number 7 was Max. She asked me for the answer, so it was me, not her. Okay, we'll give a Cat credit. Good job, kid. Great job. She should be doing a dance, the Max dance. None of us went 7 for 7 this week, but we all did pretty good, with the exception of question number 5, and all of you who doubted me on question number 4, 1946. Thanks for playing along. As always, I look forward to my Sunday mornings with you. No matter what level of frustration I may have because of the magic boxes that I deal with, they may frustrate me, but in the end, I'm glad we spent this time together. I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Brew sends her love. New episode of the LUNSB Show will be taped in 6 hours. Time to go watch the football. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo.